Hello there everybody, UXW Bill here again. Today I'm doing a little electronic and electrical project. You might remember this if you've watched my videos for a while. You might remember that I built this air conditioner thermal control system to be used with this carrier air conditioner. It has a busted thermostat, and it has worked really well for a rather small investment in this box. Couple of screws, odd stuff like that. It has really ended up working very well. Well, I have two air conditioners in this house, the Roach Palace, that I use with great regularity. And so the time has come to do it again. Now I'm told that we're supposed to have a major spike in temperatures over this weekend. It's Saturday today. And I'm told that tomorrow the day is supposed to start really getting hot. Supposed to go up to 85, 90 degrees, somewhere in there. It's already pretty muggy up here. Got the fan helping out with that. But I've gone ahead and I've started to run a new circuit for the air conditioner downstairs. Got the breaker put in and stuff like that. Nothing too exciting there. But I'm going to go downstairs with that coil of wire. I'm going to take the easy way down through that gravity vent, just because I'm feeling lazy. And then here's the downstairs air conditioner. There's the other end of that vent. Just going to come down there with wire, go around the corner here. And this is my second control box, not entirely built yet. Since the furnace is down here too, if I ever have the gas turned back on and decide to heat this place more than just minimally with some electric heaters, that's what the third neon light, the orange one, is for, to indicate that the heat is on. Because I may set this thing up such that the programmable thermostat controls both the heat and the air conditioning. And of course here is the programmable thermostat. It's not terribly hot today, but boy is it humid. It is very humid in here. I repaired this thermostat. It had some burned contacts on its cool off and heat switch, which caused it not to work, so that didn't end up costing me anything. Now I've just got to figure out where I'm going to hang the thermostat up. And I reckon I'm going to put it over here near the heating thermostat, just because that should be far enough away from the air conditioner that there won't be any interference there. Anyway, I'm going to start building the box. Okay everybody, here's the basic circuit. We have the same old 24-volt transformer. That's used to provide power for the coil in the contactor. There's an on and off switch that cuts power to the transformer to assure that this thing will stay off. And the thermostat can't possibly turn it on should it be left on by mistake. And of course, there's a fuse holder in there, just like with the last one, for the transformer to protect it in case anything goes wrong. Because if you have a fault in a transformer that's as small as this one, it's not likely that a 15 or 20 amp circuit breaker is going to notice until there's smoke coming out of something. But a 1 or 2 amp AGC fuse ought to blow pretty quickly if there's a serious enough problem. That really only leaves putting the actual box up on the wall here, which I'm going to do shortly. And of course, bringing the wiring down from upstairs. Alright, and there's the box mounted to the wall. There's the components that go inside it. There are some neon indicator lights. Now it's just time to get that wire to come down here. Let's see about running that wire. I don't think that's going to be too hard to do. Just shoot right straight across this wall, underneath this window, and right down to the downstairs. Oh, hey, Bizarre Furhead!
No!
Put a shirt on! Oh, it was such a beautiful day until that walked by. Well, the good news is I'm getting ready to send the wire downstairs. Well, thanks to more than a little help from Bizarre Furhead, I got the wire downstairs through that register. I'm going to go downstairs and work my magic on it. Tell you what, that looks so easy in theory. Come down through one hole on one grate and right through the same hole on the other. In reality, if Bizarre Furhead hadn't popped over here, I'd have probably said a bad word by now. But the basic idea is there. Now I just got to run over here to my box. We're getting closer every second. Okay, I've gone about as far as I can with this. So let's hook up the thermostat and put it into place. Alright, that seemed like such a good spot at first, but in reality, the sun kind of shines on it from that window. and maybe on a really hot summer day it might affect the accuracy of this thermostat. So I'm thinking that I'm actually going to put it over here on this wall so it will be out of the sun, and therefore it'll be just that much more accurate. Well, there it is. There's the thermostat screwed to the wall, relatively level. Got the cable run to it. Now I just have to take the cable over there, run it across the ceiling here from the thermostat to over there. Nothing to it. Put the cover on here and maybe set the clock, because the clock's not set right. And then the only thing I'll be waiting on is my dad to bring me an AGC fuse to put in the transformer fuse holder to protect the transformer. Alright, now what I have here is a test harness set up. These are the two wires that'll be going over to the control box on the wall. Got some alligator clips on them, a multi-wire set that I assembled myself. And over here we have the meter leads. Now what should happen here, when I turn the cooling switch on, as long as this temperature is lower than the room temperature, the relay in the thermostat should close, and the meter should realize that the circuit has been completed, and it should start to peep if all my wiring is correct. And there we go. Turn that off. Now the thermostat usually has a safety circuit in it to protect against repeated activation of the air conditioning compressor, because that would be very bad for it. So we'll check that too. This one has a 5-minute delay, and it hasn't been 5 minutes yet, so when I turn this on, the circuit should remain off. And indeed it does. So now I'm ready to take that wire over there, run it into the box, and hook it up appropriately. One side will go to the transformer, one side will go to the other side of the contactor. Well, as it happened, 25 feet of 12-gauge Romex only happened to be enough to get me down to my box, which is now almost completely wired up. I've got everything hooked up, but it wouldn't get me onto my outlet box that I'm going to put over here for the air conditioner to plug into. And that was a bit of a problem. Fortunately, and I'm surprised by this with what the price of copper is these days, it's not too hard to find a little extra wire, just a little, out on the curb somewhere. Now usually it's 14 gauge, but in this case I was lucky and found a coil of 12 gauge a couple of months ago, and so here it is for me to use. So, crisis averted. Well, now there's only one thing I ought to be waiting on. You can see I've run my wiring over the furnace. Even though this isn't the heat output side of the furnace, it actually forces the heat down through the floor there. I've decided to play it safe, because when the fan stops running, the heat's going to go back to doing its natural thing, which is wanting to rise. And so I've kept the wiring clear of that, kept the outlet relatively clear of that. And now all I'm waiting on is the fuse to protect the transformer, and then I can have a trial run and show you how this one works. But it's very, very similar to the first one that I made. It's just a thermostat control over there on the wall. Yes, I do need to clean this room up, and I will. And then the thermostat, using low voltage at low current, turns on the high voltage, high current air conditioner that will be plugged into that outlet. It works just the same way your home furnace does. Alright, it's time for the test. I just got my fuse in. So turn the circuit breaker on here. It's a good sign it didn't flip back right the other way immediately. So let's go downstairs and see what's happening with it. Alright, the little green pilot light is on. Now to try the air conditioner. Alright, well, all these hours later and after all that hard work, I think it's time for a test run on this thing, see how it does. So we make sure the temperature's set appropriately. Then we turn the switch on. I heard a click. A red light came on. And what have we got here? We've got an air conditioner blowing cold air. We're getting ready to, at least. It's not quite there yet. It should be there soon. Our voltmeter is looking okay, although it's kind of hard to see. That's better. So it definitely seems to be holding up all right. And the air is getting colder by the moment, so I'd say this thing is just about ready to be wrapped up. Got a few final touches I might put on it, but that should do the trick. And there is what the finished product looks like. Just the same as the first one because I used the same housing from the same seller on eBay to build this one. Anyway, that's all there is to it.